Hi, garden friends, good morning. I'm Era, and this is Gardening on Purpose. This morning, I want to do a quick video to show you a garden bed that I'm preparing. I've actually lined this out earlier in the year. My neighbor had cut his tree down, and he had offered up the logs for me, and I was like, what am I going to do with them? So I decided I was going to just make this garden bed. It's going to be a raised bed. It's in a shady area of the yard. That's the main yard right there. But then over here is where we get a lot of shade, and it's just been hard to find plants other than hosta and stilby and ferns. And I just decided, let me just start putting stuff in there. Plants will come, but I need to prep the bed for when the plants finally make their way to me. So what I ended up doing, now this part of the yard has really thick clay. And I tried to dig a hole directly, so I have some leaves covered here, but I stopped and said, let me make the video now so you can see. So the bare ground, as you can see, there's no grass growing here. I have one of my neighbor's trees, half of his trees actually is covering my this side of the fence, so there's no grass growing here. So I definitely think that this is good for a shade garden. But there's no grass here because look at that. That's the bare ground right there. The only thing that's coming through is a weed or two. So I decided to make a raised bed, and it rained hard yesterday. And it's like a wet area, but not that wet, because when it rains the water sticks around, but it finally goes away and it stays wet a little longer than I want it to stay. But I know certain plants like that. So I stopped putting the leaves down to show you what I was doing. So this is the bed. It's a huge bed. I didn't really mean for it to come out that big, but the logs look so nice, and I just made this little bed right here. And I have a bunch of hostas. So hostas are going to go in here. Astilbes are going to go in here. Ferns are going to go in here. But I'm going to find some more. But I just decided, let me just show you what I'm doing. So at first, what I'm going to do is cover the bare soil, the bare ground, because it's not really, well, it is soil, but the bare ground with leaves. And these are leaves from last fall that I've had in these garden bags, and I finally poured them out. So I'm going to line this up with leaves and then try to find some organic matter. I have organic matter all over the yard. I have sticks and all kinds of stuff. And then on top of that is where I'm going to put my garden soil. Now this is a huge bed, so I'm going to use as much native soil as possible and then kind of cap it off with garden soil that I'm buying in the bags. Now this is a big bed, so it's going to take a lot of soil. So I definitely am not going to be buying a bunch of bags. That's why I'm trying to get it from my yard and fill this in first and then top it off with the garden soil from the bags. So yeah, just want to show you this so you can have an idea what I'm doing. And this is just the first part. I'll show you the second part, showing me layering it, and you'll see the end result in the next 2 or 3 videos. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so this is layer 2. This is soil, native soil from around the yard. I have already put the leaves down, and I still need to cover some parts of the leaves because you can see right there some leaves are still poking out. But so far, I've gone around the yard with my wheelbarrow and my shovel digging up native soil, and I have been putting it in here and trying to get as much native soil in the bed before I actually start putting garden soil that I actually bought at the store, because that will end up being too much. The plants are there kind of waiting around to see what I'm doing. And once I'm done with this second layer, which this is going to be a really thick layer of native soil, because I want the native soil to mix in with the garden soil that I've bought. So that's the second layer right there. And then once I'm done with that, then I will actually, this is the soil that I bought. I plan to put in there Kellogg's garden soil, all natural. And I probably need like 5 of these. And once I get that done, then it'll be time to plant. And so stay tuned again. Okay guys, so here are the plants. I finally got them in. It's hot today, and I meant I was going to put it in. I was not going to wait until tomorrow. So let me just kind of go through so you can see what I have in the bed. Mostly hostas, but you'll see an autumn fern right here. Got this for $5.98 last season in the spring, and I got a heuchera here. Now the thing is, I lost the tag to some of these. I don't know the actual name. I just know the plant. So obviously this is a heuchera that I had divided. The other one was actually in the front of the yard, and of course that's the autumn fern. I've got a bunch of different types of hostas here. I've got the Blue Angel, I've got the Paul's Glory, and I have a chocolate, not chocolate chip, a tortilla chip one. And then this variegated one here, I don't remember the name of it, but those are the hostas. Then I have two Astilbes. Now these Astilbes are not looking the greatest. I bought these Beer Root. I think I bought like 7 of them in a pack from Sam's Club, and they didn't do too well. I only got 2 out of the 7, and even the 2 don't even look that great. And I bought these back in February, and nothing really became of them. So I'm really holding out hope for them to get better. I've got another heuchera here. You might have seen this heuchera in a clearance video I bought. This is a Proven Winners Coral Bell. I don't remember the name of it. And then I have another one back there. I think that's called Carnival Melon or something like that. Again, more hostas back there. Again, more Paul's Glory. Another autumn fern back here. Love the autumn ferns. They look so great when the new foliage comes out. It has that coppery look. Oh my goodness, really, really nice. I had bought these 2 hydrangeas as bare root in Walmart, and they, although they're giving me foliage, they're not doing the greatest. It is their first season, and I didn't realize that they would not have bloomed in that first season. So I just stick them back here. Hopefully next year we'll get some blooms out of that. And then I have some hydrangeas. These here are the Endless Summer Crush. I had to move them from where I had them initially. They were getting really burnt up. So after this video, I'm gonna go in and trim off some of those terrible leaves. And as you can see, there's some new growth coming in here. So I'll just trim this guy off. I'll trim all these things off and give way for these new growth right there. More autumn fern. Another Coral Bell. I think this is called Lemon something. Don't remember the actual name, but it's Lemon something. Really, really nice. More hostas. And another Endless Summer hydrangea from last year. This one's the purple one. Did really, really, really well in the container when I first bought it last year. And then it went to sleep. We had the terrible cold in December, and it really knocked it back. So it's coming back. Might not bloom, but it's looking better than what it did back in December. More hydrangeas that need to be trimmed up. Really terrible. Endless Summer says that these things take morning sun. They need to be in the shade, because even the morning sun is too much for these plants. I mean, look at this thing. Really crispy, all burnt up. And that is because it was actually over there in that bed. I had a bed right there, and I had to take it out, and I'm gonna put some phlox there because that's morning sun. The sun hits that bed. Now what time is it? I think it's around 2 something right now. And that bed is in the shade. And that's where the hydrangeas were. And apparently that's just too much sun. I think they need 11 o'clock or earlier. Anything after 11 o'clock, they're going to start burning. So that's why I ended up putting them here. And they look really, really rough. But all I have to do is trim that back and give way for the new growth. I have some buttercream daisies that I bought on clearance. There's another video about that, and they do really well in part shade. But again, because of my heat down here in 7B, for some reason they're always drooping. Every single day they're drooping, and I think it's because they're in a bad spot. So I moved them and I put them here in this part shade area. So yeah, this is the bed. I'm really happy about how it turned out. I've got a mixture of heucheras, corbels, heucheras or corbels, hostas, hydrangeas, astilbe, and ferns. So finally, I've been working on this bed for almost a year, and it finally came to fruition the way I wanted. I like the mixture of colors. These hydrangeas are going to be red. Some of the hydrangeas are going to be purple, and the autumn fern with the two-tone foliage. The hosta is really going to look nice. So yeah, that's the final result, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm really happy about how it turned out. Everything is really small, and you might say, oh, why did you put them so close together? They're kind of 1.5 feet from each other, and they're all in their first or second years, so they're not gonna grow too much right now. Next year, if somebody begins to crowd out something else, I'll move them, but for now, this is the bed. This is the shade bed. I have an oak tree that my neighbor, half of it comes over in my yard, and it gives me pretty much shade from 11 o'clock in the morning all the rest of the day. So this is perfect for that. So let me know what you guys think of the bed. Thank you guys so much for following on this video. I know it's like it's a lot going on, and there's a lot of videos coming out right now because this is prime planting season for me personally. Even though I plant all year round, this is prime planting season. This bed actually turned out really good. I thought I had bit off more than I can chew because the bed is so huge. But I had these plants on hand. I didn't go out just actually going shopping looking for these plants. They were already on hand. I had them all over the place, and I put them in the bed. So let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please like, please share, please comment, please tell somebody about the channel, and please remember to click the notification bell to be alerted on my videos. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye.